I recently read an article in The Economist which speaks about how humankind was finally ending its 10 million year long love affair with alcohol. Now, what's surprising is not the subject matter of this article, but how alcohol was actually fading out without a fight. To understand the behavioral truths behind this, let's go back and understand first the role alcohol played in our lives. One part of it is the use of alcohol in celebrations, and that, while it may reduce in its importance, is unlikely to disappear altogether. But the second role, and the more important role, as a social lubricant, that is where one sees a difference. So, why and how did alcohol play the role of a social lubricant? To ease those conversations, to reduce that shared awkwardness in social gatherings. In fact, there's another very interesting take that Neer Ayal had in his podcast Neer and Far. Having left alcohol, he now realized that certain fun activities without alcohol or when he was sober actually seemed to be quite boring. So, yes, alcohol also played the role of making undesirable social activities more tolerable. Now, why is that role no longer relevant? Yeah, it is a generation that's always on and mostly online. So, there is less friction to soothe. There are lesser difficult conversations to help. Uh, but it's not to say that this addiction has come about through restraint. It's really substitution that's come about. A substitute that really gives them a sense of belonging, a substitute that helps them escape, and a substitute that gives them that dopamine rush when they need it the most. Yes, I'm referring to gaming and this digital social life that they all seem to live nowadays. So let's not look at this as some sort of a health revolution. It is not that. At best, it's a poster child and a tick mark that they can talk about because health continues to be ignored. Their sleep hours and their sleep times are more erratic than they've ever been. For a generation that primarily interacts online, time of day really is not important now, is it? And screens? How are you going to monitor screen time when it's your primary mode of communication? Not to mention addictions that have changed. Vaping, for example, is much higher than it's ever been. There is, of course, another very different direction to this, and that's a generational layer. What we looked at the negatives of alcoholism were a lot more long term. But this generation, thanks to what they've seen with our generation, has seen things like addiction, mental breakdowns because of alcohol up close. And that's why these seem like a lot more immediate problems than they ever did to us. Now, this may not be the reason for the fading away, but it certainly helps in a support or a backing to that decision. There is another generational play. As a generation, they don't want to do anything that their parents did. And since alcohol was such an integral part of the social life of their parents' generation, they are very happy staying clear of it. So, if I have to summarize this discussion, alcohol has not left or has not faded away because it is bad. It has, in fact, faded away because it is no longer relevant. Let me know what you think and follow me for more such discussions around why things work the way they do and not just what works and doesn't work.